Welcome to my 2019 channel update, and this update is basically almost exactly a year since the last time I did an update. And in my 2018 update I was talking about the previous years and my goals for 2018, and now it's time to do the exact same thing for 2019, the channel plans, the goals, and of course we're going to take a look at what have been going on during the last year. So let's start where the last channel update ended, and it ended with my goals for 2018. And the goals I had for last year was to produce more content than I've done before in a previous year. The second goal was to create videos for other games than Football Manager. The third goal was to increase my sub count with about 50%. That meant 514 new subs. And the last goal, or not the last goal, but I didn't set any goals or any official goals for the view count. So that basically create more content, do content for other games than FM, and increase my sub count with about 50%. So what happened to these goals? Well, the first goal, produced more content than any previous year. I actually didn't find any easy way to check this. I think I did more content, I'm pretty sure I did more content, but I'm not going to sit there and count like every single video one by one for 2017 or 2018 so I can compare them, but I'm pretty sure I managed to reach that goal. For the other three goals though, there's something special. When it comes to creating content for other games, this is a screen from my 2018 update, and I was talking about maybe doing content for other manager games. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. And of course this screen is not updated, there are new versions of these games, but the thing that happened, I actually tried Pro Cycle Manager, one of the games you can see here, but when it comes to Football Manager, I played the manager games for like 20 years. I know them by heart. I feel like I grew up playing them. I play them almost every day. It's a game I'm pretty good at. I'm not the best maybe, but I'm pretty good and I know what I'm doing. And when I started trying Pro Cycle Manager, I felt like a real noob. And I felt like if I'm totally crappy at this game, it may not be the best scenario for me doing content for it. And I didn't have time to really dive into any of the other games. So that didn't happen, and now you know why. When it comes to number of views, as you know, I didn't set any goal for number of views, but in the previous episode I shared the amount of views I had during 2016 and 17. So I think we are going to do the same now for 18, and as you can see, it's a huge increase. Basically, back in 2016 and 2017, I got almost the same amount of views. But for 2018, it's just exploded. It's not too far away from being 3 times the amounts of views since the previous year. So even though I didn't set any goals for views, I'm very, very happy with this. Really showing that the channel is moving in the right direction. Really, really happy and graceful for it. Clearly, I'm still a very small channel. I mean, the big channels are getting this amount of views like every single day. But for me, it was a huge step. I'm really happy. Really like shows that we are going in the right direction. But the one thing I set goals for was the sub count. And if you just go back here to refresh the memory, I said about 50%, and that equals to about 514 new subs. And as you can tell, I really smashed that. I got a lot more than 514 new subs. Almost, not completely, but I was very close to double the amount of new subs compared to 2017. So really, really happy, really, really grateful. Like, thank you guys. This, because views can be random. Like somebody for a chance like finds a thumbnail sexy, clickbaity or something and clicks it and then stops watching after 5 seconds. But a sub, there's somebody that watched my content and enjoys it and intends to come back. So that's worth a lot to me. So thank you so much, guys. The highlights of 2018 was basically these 3 things. The biggest highlight for certain was my AC Milan save. It was fantastic. I've had so much fun playing it, and it was a viewer sensation. I have nothing, like nothing I've done before or after have come nowhere near my AC Milan save when it comes to amount of views. I got so many people watching, so many people writing comments, so many people actually subscribing because of the series. Probably the best thing that ever happened to my channel, and I had so much fun with it. Another big thing was the tactics guide I did. It was a 3-part guide, and I was really pleased with it. For me, first when I did it, I didn't think much about it. I just like, I love this game, I played it so much, let's tell people what I've done. And a 3-part guide, it was very, very, very long, extremely long. As you can tell here, yes, the first episode was 32 minutes, but extremely great response from it. A lot of views, but a lot of comments, and a lot of people that subscribed just because of it. Very, very happy. And yeah, that tactics guide was fantastic. And then I had a video that broke my viewing records. It was a very simple video. I just done easy how-to guide on how to get the logos, but still got an insane amount of views. So clearly it doesn't mean as much as me as the other things here, but it was just fun to break the record. And also a lot of people just writing saying thank you, and that's like makes you kind of warm inside and feel like, yeah, I'm doing something right. Yeah, this wasn't anything fancy, but I helped somebody, and that people got happy because of it. So yeah, and then of course we have the Hull series. Wasn't as great of a success, nowhere near as great of a success as the AC Milan series, but still have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it's always something special when you take a team that's not in the top division and manage to climb up. Of course, this was not a long run with Hull, since they were starting in the championship, but still it wasn't a top team, and you take that climb, establish yourself in the Premiership, and then finally start fighting in Europe for a title. So I had a lot of fun with that series too. The goals for 2019, and here it comes kind of weird, because for 18 all my goals was I was going to increase. I'm going to do that much better than last year. But this time I'm not. I'm saying I'm going to increase my sub count with at least the same amount that I did in 2018, and I say reach the same amount of views as 2018. I mean, you could think like, aren't those very, very low goals? Well, I think I have a good reason for it. Because the reason that I did this incredibly well during 18, with both views and subs, was these things that you're looking at right now. My AC Milan series, I've never before, never after created a series with like even remotely as popular as this one. And even though I'm having a lot of fun now, and my series I'm doing right now is going great, it's probably never going to reach the same heights as the AC Milan one. And the other thing is, I haven't done any tactics guides for this one. I actually felt like I fall a little bit behind with content creating because I had so much going on in real life, and I didn't create that, and that was one of the videos I got the most amount of new subs from. So considering I don't have a AC Milan this time, I don't have a tactics guide, and also when it comes to my easy like how-to guide, a lot of other people has basically catched up and started to make their own guides for it, which means most likely my graphics guides for this year won't be nearly as popular, because right now, like when I created this one for 2018, I was the only one, and now there's like 10, 15 different guides for it. So it's going to be hard just to reach the same amount of numbers as previous year. So I feel like if we can manage to reach those numbers with both sub count and views, I think we've done great, because that means all the other things we've done has performed a little better than this year. We didn't have a AC Milan, we didn't have the tactics guide, we didn't have a huge popular graphics guide, so everything else has just basically performed better, and I would be happy with that one. Next goal is at least 2 more Football Manager series, because right now, of course, I'm doing the Roma series, but I want to do at least 2 more, and I'm going to talk more about them later on in this video, but 2 more at least before I'm done with FM19. And then once again I set up the goal to create videos from other games than Football Manager. And we see this image again. It's the same one we saw before. I'm still considering other manager games. Still the challenge is I need to get good at them, and I don't know if I have the time nor the passion, because of course Football Manager, I was so passionate for that game. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the same level of passion for any of these games. I still would like to try it out, I would love to do it, but I'm not sure if I will feel the same passion, or I will feel like I'm at the same level as Football Manager. Can actually create some quality content for it. But I would love to hear from you guys in the comment what you think about me trying out different manager games. But yeah, it's going to be difficult, because the manager games are always pretty hard and time consuming to get good at. Other than that, this one is also from last year. if I don't do another manager game, I'd still play a lot of other games. And the one I played the most in recent years, except Football Manager, of course, is the grand strategy game Europa Universalis 4, or EU4. And basically saying the same question as I did last year. If I play it a lot, maybe I should record it. And as you can see from the image there, I'm getting close to 2,000 hours played in this game. So it's a game that I'm all like kind of at a similar level as with Football Manager. I love it. I know it pretty good, and I play it a lot. And I actually did, all the way back in 2016, I did a short series on my channel for it. And clearly it wasn't nowhere near as popular as my Football Manager things. But still, I had fun doing it, and even if it was smaller, I enjoyed it a lot. So now I realize this won't be for everybody, and I'm going to talk more about it. But like, would you guys hate on me if I did something like this, or would you be okay with it? What you think? And I'm going to talk more about this in a little while. Another game I'm really interested in is Imperator Rome, and this is a game that's not released yet. It will be released later this year. They haven't, I don't think they have released or gotten a release date yet, but it's a game I'm very hyped and interested for. And that's another grand strategy game that basically starts before the Roman Empire was founded. And you can start playing as this more or less the city or province of Rome, and then with the goal to like conquer land to form the Roman Empire. But you can start as basically everything else. You can maybe start as a small province in Great Britain or something completely different, and basically try to conquer the old world. And I'm very hyped for it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. And maybe if it's a new game, I don't need to be as pro as I feel like I need to be for any older game if I'm going to record anything for it. And yeah, the problem with other games, my subscribers subscribe because of Football Manager. So you guys that are listening to this one right now, most likely the reason for you to subscribing to my channel is because of Football Manager. And most of you are not interested in other games. And if you're interested in other games, it may not be the same games that I am interested in. And this means if I do a series with other games, some of you will unsubscribe. And as I said before, I played the Football Manager / Championship Manager series for more than 20 years. I'm going to be a noob at a new game. So if you go back here, if I do, let's say, Pro Cycling Manager, and I played it for like 2 hours before, I'm going to be very lost. I'm going to be a noob. While when playing Football Manager, I'm very experienced with it, and I know what to do. And I'd really, guys, I would like to hear your feedback from this. Like, how would you feel, both if I did other manager games or if I did something completely different? Now, of course, you don't have to watch, and I'm completely okay with that. But yeah, I would love to hear your feelings about it, because I mean, there are a lot of other Football Manager channels out there. So I feel like if I did something else, took a break from Football Manager, maybe in the summer or something like that, I would be okay with that. And you could watch another channel if you feel like, no, I'm only want to watch Football Manager. But how do you feel about it? Like these, I'm basically throwing out a lot of different thoughts here. I realize, but I would love to hear from you in the comments. Like, what do you think? Would you be okay with it? How do you react to it? But then, of course, the near future. What's next? Clearly more Football Manager. First off, we need to finish up the Roma series, and I hope we will manage to do that. I actually thought that maybe last season would be the last one, because I thought like, yeah, we can win Champions League this season, and I felt like if we manage to win Champions League, then we have won the league, we have won like everything, and it would be a great ending. So I thought we could do that, but of course, as you know now, we failed. We didn't manage to win Champions League. And the series is going on for another season, and maybe 2, maybe 3, we don't know. Because clearly we can't end this series without a success in Champions League. So I hope we can finish it up in a season or 2. But you never know with this game. It could be over after this season, or we could go for 5 seasons more before I rage quit because we never managed to win it. We'll have to wait and see. But as I said earlier, I have 2 more Football Manager 19 series planned. And one of them will be a little bit special. It's going to be a shorter series dedicated to a friend of mine. Because a friend of mine, unfortunately, passed away just a few weeks after Football Manager 19 got released. Far too young. So I just felt like in his memory, I'm going to do a series dedicated to he was a huge football fan, and I talked football with him like all the time. We sent around like to get messages to each other during games and things like that. So I think like just to honor him, I'm going to do a short save with the team that he was a passionate fan for. But that's going to be a very short, like 1-2 season series. And after that, I will most likely do a low league save. But I'm already like 400 plus hours into Football Manager 2019. So after the Roma series is done, after I've done this little special mini series, and after I've done a low league save, I'm probably going to be like 1,000 hours plus in Football Manager. And then it's probably going to be time for a Football Manager break so I can get the hype up and don't get burned out before FM20 is released. And that's going to be the time when maybe other games like, yeah, all of this stuff. But yeah, I've been talking a lot. I would love, like, I'm rambling a lot here, basically throwing all my thoughts out there. I would love to, like, from the comments, what do you think about all of this? Because I listen to you guys, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So that's it for my little channel update for 2019. I hope I see you guys soon, and that will most likely be in the next episode of my Roma series, I guess. So yeah, see you guys.